where does the ministry version of the Undertaker fall for you? Because we don't see the Undertaker again until he reemerges in May of 2000 as the American Badass. We've covered that. That's a story for another day. But the ministry version of Taker, where is that in your rankings?
Okay, well, see, I have to rank obviously the debut,
right,
and the first run of Taker and the last run of Taker, because those were pure Takers to me.
Okay,
is like number one, and then American Badass number two, and probably Ministry number three, and then kind of in the middle, I'll do the pirate descending from the heavens. That's number four. When he had the black teardrop and shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be number four.
Well, let's jump into some questions. We've got a handful here. There's no way we'll get to them all, though. I know we're running short on time. We've kept you for a while today. Brian wants to know, was there a concern that Taker was perhaps going too satanic, or because of the edginess and entertainment in the late 90s, like Howard Stern or Jerry Springer? Was that never even really brought up?
He was going dark, if you want to call it satanic, but it was dark, and there was awareness, put it that way.
Let's do another one here from Greg. Why did the corporate ministry angle just sort of fizzle out when everyone was going their own way? The ministry sort of blow off. I mean, it does just sort of disappear. And I understand a lot of that is because, if there's no Flair, there's no Horseman. Well, if there's no Undertaker, cause he's got to go home and heal, then I guess there's no ministry. Is that as simple as that? Or was there a consideration to, hey, maybe we could do something?
Yeah, I think that, Taker goes away, there really is no more ministry. So it's difficult to continue that. So it's just, you look at, okay, what do you have? And without Taker, you really don't have any more ministry.
So as we're winding things up here, talking about the Ministry of Darkness version of the Undertaker, Mark wants to know, can Bruce recite the chant that's at the start of the Undertaker's theme when he was the leader of the ministry?
I don't fucking. I can't. I told you I can't speak in tongues.
That's tongues right there.
I don't know. Every day.
I drowned you out. Say again.
I said you speak with your tongue. You told me that. You do it every day.
I do. Let's do a lighthearted question. Keith wants to know, any fun Wrestlers Court stories involving yourself and the Undertaker? You ever go to Wrestlers Court?
Hell no.
Okay.
I don't violate the law, Conrad. I'm straight and narrow.
Adrian Finn wants to know, were you ever concerned that he jumped to WCW in the summer of 99 when allegedly his contract was coming due?
I was not at all. There were moments and there were times that I think it might have, been an issue to discuss, but I don't think that, there was ever that concern.
Here's one from Lindsay. Did you get any heat for the speaking in tongues routine?
Just from me, because I couldn't do it.
Anything else we can put a bow on here with this Ministry of Darkness? We didn't really talk about the acolytes too much. I mean, we know that we mentioned Justin Hawk Bradshaw had been a little bit of everything at this point. He's kind of floundering. He becomes an acolyte, then he becomes APA, then it becomes JBL. He's off to the races. I think it could be argued that this acolyte tag team maybe saved both, or not saved, but extended both his and Ron's WWE run. Would you agree with that?
I certainly would, and it gave him the spotlight and opportunity to excel and or fail. You look at it, and in what came out of that, really the APA is what came out of that Ministry of Darkness, because Big Vis, beyond that, came Big Daddy V, Midian got naked.
Yes, he did.
And there you go.
The shit,
but he's a hell of a chef.
The shit they used to paint on their chest. You got any jokes? You got any stories? Can you tell us?
I have no idea. I don't think they knew. They just painted shit on their chest.
Let my family save your family some cash. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need money out of your pocket, but we will save you money. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of how much. SaveWithConrad.com.
There's no rhyme or reason to anything. Well, this looks cool. Okay, fine. Paint a design.
Can you just, for once, you haven't done anything today. Can you give me a voice? Can you give me an impression?
I did give, that's bullshit. I gave you Vince. I gave you the higher power. Look, I'm not just a trained chimp on the corner that you put a quarter in my fucking can and I do a goddamn ha-ha. The fuck do you think I am?
An entertainer, I hoped. Maybe I had you pegged wrong.
I'm not a whore.
Well, we're going to try to whore it out next week. We're going to be talking about.
Listen, I'm going to tell you a little something, baby. Because the hoe gets paid.
Okay.
Sometimes you can be a little slutty. That means you're a little loose, if you will. But you ain't in business if you're just a little slutty. But if you're a hoe makes money, baby. You put a price tag on it. You want some, I give you some, but you're going to pay me, if you will.
I mean, I was hoping to talk about chest paintings, but I'll take a Dusty every day. Next week, we're talking about King of the Ring 2001. It's a triple threat main event for the World Championship with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Chris Benoit, and Chris Jericho. The famous street fight with Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon. Jeff Hardy working with X-Pac for the light heavyweight championship. That's a real thing. Edge is also going to be wrestling Kurt Angle, and so is Rhino. Rhino's going to be wrestling Edge, and Kurt Angle's going to be wrestling Christian. A lot of team wreck on this one. Yeah, there you go. And we've got a tag title match we're going to get to as well. The Dudley Boys taking on Kane and Spike Dudley. Should be a fun time, man. I'm looking forward to this one. And we know at the very end of this thing, we're going to have a new King of the Ring and maybe a new champion. No, probably not. You already know. But I do have a question though, Bruce, as we're winding things up and we're getting ready for King of the Ring next week. You've been fidgeting and playing with something. Get your mind out of the gutter the entire time we've been talking. And I need you to explain what's in your hand. What are you doing? This is an audio show and you've been playing with this gimmick. What is it?
What do you think it is? You can see a picture of it right now, right? Folks, I'm holding this up in front of the camera for Conrad to take a look at. I'll show you both ends of it so you can see
it looks like
my fingers.
It looks like it's like a fancy toothpick. Hillbilly toothpick.
You fucking ignorant hillbilly.
Or is it like a bird's claw?
No.
Is it some sort of little tool to do embossing?
No.
Are you going to tell me what it is? Because this is not very compelling audio.
I will. I will.
I'm ready.
So when I received all of the items from Paul Bosch's personal office.
Okay.
On his ceiling were a bunch of spears from his trip to New Guinea.
Okay.
In like the 40s or 50s, I believe. I want to say it's late 40s from the pictures, but these were hand carved by natives of New Guinea. And I've got all the spears. And so while I moved things around on my desk to put the microphone over here and get ready to pod this here podcast. And I found this fucking thing. Now the spears are over there, like in a vase, like where they can be displayed and you can see all the spears. But what this tells me is that either someone in my household or the damn maid broke one of my spears and put the little broken piece of the spear, because this used to be on the top of one of them their spears over there.
And you somehow thought I would know what that was?
I would think everybody would know. I mean, I showed it to you.
Hey, do you want to see something cool? Since you showed me something, I'll show you something cool.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, butterflies.
That? Yeah. A little black and white and silver butterfly. How about that?
Well, okay.
So I'm just saying, I think my robe's cooler than your little spear.
Yeah, I don't think so, because I got other cooler spears over there.
That's not what you
This
showed
is
me.
just like this is the deadly tip of the spear.
Oh,
but when you look at the craftsmanship on this shit, it's pretty fucking amazing.
It's not as good as Olivia Walker.
You don't know that.
I like this.
You hadn't played with my spears.
From what I hear, nobody's played with your spear in a long time. I'm of the opinion that we should do a Something to Wrestle show and tell one day.
No.
Why not?
It's mine.
Well, you showed me. Why don't you want to show other people?
It's mine.
You got any melted candles back there?
Maybe.
We'll have to see it next week, right here on Something to Wrestle with Bruce Prichard.
Rock on. God, did you hear that phone go off right at the right time?
Yeah. You know what that means?
Amazing.
WrestleMania just became 3 days. We'll see you next week here on Something to Wrestle. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.